Rich has fired in a 9-darter on the other streaming board. If you were watching the match here between Christopher Ratajski and Tony Alcinas, you would have heard the celebratory roar from Suljovic. That was for him to win a match 6-5 against Jeff Smith, an absolute belter of a game by all accounts. I just had a quick debrief with Dan Dawson. Suljovic was 5-1 down in that match. Went on to win it 6-5 with the aid of a perfect leg, 107 average in the end. Let's hope for something similar here as James Wilson takes on former Lakeside world champ Scott Mitchell, who was given a baptism of fire.
Bullseye. Scott's won the bull and will throw first.
In the PDC floor tournaments last weekend, when he ran into Michael van Gerwen, lost out to the green machine. Only played one day last weekend as he had a prior engagement on the Sunday that he didn't want to go back on. But Mitchell will play in both 100 days this weekend, filling in for Kyle Anderson. Anderson still out in Australia. He will be back very, very soon and competing on the Pro Tour, but spending time with his family right now. Mitchell was given a bit of a hiding really last Saturday. 6-2 by Van Gerwen, who averaged 101.1, and he'll have to do something he's never done if he's to progress to the second round for the first time.
134
in a PDC Pro Tour event, and that is beat James Wilson, because the pair of them met 4 times in the BDO and Wilson got the better of Mitchell on each and every occasion.
135.
First meeting in the quarterfinals of the England match play back in 2012. Wilson also beat him in the World Masters that year. A Jersey Open victory a year later, 59. And then in the last 16 at the Lakeside in 2014. So first meeting for 6 years. Wilson himself was beaten by Alan Norris in the quarterfinals that year. You may remember Norris going on to reach the final, beaten by Stephen Bunting. All of those men now over in the PDC, and it's much stronger for 60. It. But Scott Mitchell looking to take the first leg on double 16.
28.
Wilson has a chance. It's an outside chance, but you'd rather have an outside chance than no chance at all, wouldn't you? Now he has got no chance at all in this visit to take out that checkout. Of course he does have the big outside chance that Scott Mitchell misses 3 darts at double 8.
No score.
Well, you've got a chance, James. Mitchell did all the hard work in this opening leg, but has now failed to find the target with a clutch of darts at double.
32.
And James Wilson failing to make him pay. Well, it's hard work when they're not going in, isn't it, Scott?
8.
Almost a tone of surprise in the voice of our caller, Andy Walsh, there. Has he really missed again?
Game shot.
He hasn't. And gift-wrapped opening leg for James Wilson, and he's starting to see perhaps why Mitchell's never beat him, as he got some kind of strange spell on Scotty Dog.
57.
As promised, the early results from round 1 here at Players Championship 3. Michael van Gerwen 6-1 against Jordi Meeuwis, so we already know that 85. Van Gerwen will take on William Borland in the second round because he's beaten Aaron Beanie 6-4. Johnny Clayton, a 6-4 winner against Kai Fan Leung. 104 average for the Ferrets.
121.
Mentioned that 6-5 win, including a 9-dart leg from Mensa Suljovic over Jeff Smith. James Wade has won by the same margin, a last leg decider for him against Kim Hybricks. Peter Wright
100.
through. He's seen off Simon Stevenson. Adrian Lewis has joined him with a 6-5 victory against Darren Penhall. Joe Cullen, a 6-0 winner against Luke Woodhouse, and Dave Chisnell has beaten Devon
60.
Peterson 6-4. That's the top half of the draw. In the bottom half, we've seen 3 of the big guns depart the scene already. Darryl Gurney knocked out 6-5 by John Michael. Gerwin Price beaten 6-4 by Ryan Searle, and Rob
97.
Cross beaten 6-4 by Scott Baker. These all first round results. Ian White, a 6-3 winner against Steve Brown. Gary Anderson looking to produce the goods like he did 7 days ago, a 6-2 winner against Jamie Hughes. Nathan Aspinall whitewashed Jesus Naguera earlier this afternoon. And Glenn Durrant, a 6-3 winner against Matty Edgar. And that will mean social media bragging rights for Duzza, for those who follow the darts players on Twitter and the like. You will be aware of the war of words between the pair, all done in good jest.
131.
Keep a beady eye on Durrant tonight, but he's still got business to attend to here, as has Scott Mitchell, and his business is the bullseye.
61.
But it's another dart tossed towards a double, and another dart that hasn't landed in it. May get yet another chance.
16.
Will get another chance, and not only am I losing count of the missed doubles in this match, but I'm running out of paper to mark them down as well.
No score.
Well, it's abacus time, isn't it? Scott Mitchell is easily into double figures in terms of darts missed at double, I can tell you that much. And James Wilson has had plenty of time to pin a couple of double eights.
$100. $57. $81. $81. $140. $81.
Well, I'm not saying much in the scoring phase of this match now, because all the fun starts when we get down to the doubles.
$140.
Scott Mitchell, who's... Look, I'm not even going to pretend
140.
that I've managed to count how many he's already missed. It's certainly double figures, and it's rising.
Game shot.
Finally, he puts an end to that unwanted trend.
$140.
A few more results filtering through. Matthew Denon to 6-3 winner against Robert Collins.
55.
Wesley Harms has put Gary Blades to the sword, a 6-0 win. For Harms, 105 average.
100.
All of those results available to view at dartconnect.com. You can follow any of the matches
97.
in real time, the results of each visit live and in real time. You can also peruse through the stats for the
85.
season, the fledgling Pro Tour season for 2020, but certainly plenty of interesting information on there. If you want to get involved
85.
in the conversation, the discussion on social media, you can do so using the hashtag PDC Pro Tour. I know that plenty of you already are.
Nine scored.
Well, we've had a 9 on both streams now. Unfortunately for James Wilson,
100.
it's just a score of 9, but it does leave a finish, and the damage is minimal.
$85.
Treble 18. A whisker away.
$123.
Decent setup in the end. Wilson will look at the bull. Didn't look at the bull. I'm not a fan of this particular route, because now he looks at the bull and he's
49.
nowhere near it. And we saw Gary Anderson try that in the Premier League on Thursday night. It's not the brightest decision, really. Had he gone for the bullseye and hit the 25, he'd have left a single to double combination. He made to pay in the end, although having said that, when he did eventually go for the bullseye, he wasn't even near the 25. But it's horses for courses.
$95.
Mitchell completing the combination on double top. A double he's hit twice in this match now. He usually prefers double 16, but it's been a nightmarish start in
100.
that segment for Scott, and perhaps it's a good decision to stay away from it for a while. Game management.
$140.
There are probably a couple of schools of thought on that. One is stick at it and don't let it get in your head, and once you hit it then it's out of your mind. But the other one is, in these relatively short formats, if it is in your head, then
100.
chuck somewhere else if you can. And it's working for Mitchell, who's worked his way back into the match.
99. $140.
Well, it has been a much more neat and tidy leg by James Wilson than his
45.
opponent, but it only managed to get him 6 points ahead. Scores of 100 twice and 140, whereas Mitchell has twice strayed into the 5 segment in this
57.
leg, but does have the chance to lead the match for the first time here.
$86.
Well, that slip into the 12 gave him a chance to still go out. 110 in 2 darts is the biggest finish you can do.
Game shot.
Oh, nicely done in the end by James Wilson, who denies Mitchell the chance to lead by breaking his throat.
.41.
And this match has been played in a similar vein to the previous one. More of a battle.
60.
Than anything else, but it's not how you win, it's whether you do win or not.
140.
And I mentioned that Scott Mitchell didn't manage to win last
59.
weekend, although his only match was against Michael van Gerwen. James Wilson, the jammy dodger. Well, he failed to win
180.
at all last weekend as well. That 180 might help him do so today. But yeah, it was a disappointing start
100.
to the season for James Wilson, losing to Alan Tabban and Martin Atkins. Now, no disrespect to either of those players, but you could have had much tougher draws. Arguably, this is a tougher draw in the first round for Wilson. And he failed to get near either of them.
60.
Defeats of 6-2 and 6-1, with Wilson averaging in the high 70s and low 80s. He's performing slightly better than that here.
180.
But Mitchell is breathing down his neck in this leg.
.48.
Well, it's a strange decision from James Wilson, not for the first time in this match. The Mervyn King route on 80.
88.
I think that's a strange decision as well on 82 with two darts in hand. That's when 42 probably is the right shot for Mitchell, especially because he's been hitting double top in this match. In the end, Wilson does get 3 darts at double.
Game shot.
And double 8 has been his friend in this tie. More aspects to this game than just chucking the darts. It has been showcased in this match.
84.
Decision making is a big part of the game, and on too many occasions I think that both player has made the wrong one.
57.
Steve West, who hit his first 9-darter in the PDC yesterday, has beaten
100.
Mickey Mansell 6-2. And both players averaged exactly 99 in that match. Peter Jakes through to the second round, a 6-2 win against
60.
Daniel Larson for him. Conan Whitehead through 6-5, beating Vincent van der Meer. Darius Labanauskas, a handsome victory for the Lithuanian against Andy Hamilton.
140.
It was hammer time for Darius, a 6-1 success with an average of 106.8. David Pallet has beaten Damon Hetta by 6 legs to 5, and Max Hopp
40.
has seen off Mike van Duivenbode 6-1. Van Duivenbode, one of the players, hit a 9-darter last weekend. We've had 8 across all tours if you include the Challenge Tour and the European qualifiers already
99.
in 2020. The record is last year's 49. We'll probably have that by Easter at this rate.
140.
Well, the standard has certainly improved since the first couple of legs.
Game shot.
And Mitchell once again pins double top, the same target which has seen him win each of the legs that he has got under his belt.
57. $137. $60. $140.
Well, a very strong attempt here
100.
from Scott Mitchell to break the Wilson throw and effectively put himself in command in this match. And who would have thought that if they'd witnessed what happened in the first couple of legs? So Scott Mitchell seemingly
95.
was not going to hit a double. He's managed to hit 3 and looking very likely to be first
42.
to 1 in this leg. It'd be a disaster if he wasn't. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. Might go for 10. He was going for 18 there. Is he still going to go for 18 and have another go? No, 89. He has gone for the 10. I think that's sensible from Scott Mitchell. He's hit double top in every single leg that he's won. Would usually go for an 18 to leave double 16 there, but he was out
57.
of favour with his old friend early in the match.
No score.
Can't sink tops this time, but Wilson far enough away that he can't threaten.
$60.
Just needs to attack this more, Mitchell. 3 rather cautious starts earlier on. That has been attacked more, but he's found himself down at double 10.
Game shot.
And he sinks it to tie up this match after 8 legs, and he will throw a first in the 9th.
$100. $60. $41.
Wayne Jones, another winner in the first round, a 6-4 success for him against Jonathan Worsley as the Wanderer beats the Womble. Adam Huckvale, who was only drafted in the last minute, has earned himself a minimum of £500 with a 6-5 win over Alan Tabban. Huckvale, a late entry into this tournament because of the no-show of Nathan Derry. Jeffrey Desvan through
100.
to round 2. He's beaten Jan Decker 6-3. Darren Webster joins him. He's seen off Steve Lennon by the same scoreline.
41.
This match in the balance, but James Wilson struggling at the back end of it. It was the doubles that were troubling Mitchell.
99.
in the early stages of this tie. Well, it's everything that's going wrong for James Wilson right now. He hasn't hit a treble in 13 darts, 14 darts.
100.
Finally finds one in the 15th, but Mitchell's got 6 to clean up this 161. $137. Perfect setup. And you have to give an awful amount of credit to Scott Mitchell in the way that he's
97.
handled himself in this match, having missed all those darts at doubles in the first couple of legs. To have changed tact, to
Game
have
shot.
opted for different targets, and to have found himself in a position to win it. It's
60.
an excellent attitude that's helped Scott Mitchell get himself to this place in this game. And at the moment, there only feels like
97.
one outcome, and that is that Mitchell goes on to win it, because James Wilson has struggled for the last 3 or 4 legs to find his range on those trebles.
60. $100.
But when he gets one in, it comes back out.
40.
Doesn't look like it's going to be James Wilson's day in the end, and Scott Mitchell is
81.
perhaps 2 or 3 visits away from winning his first ever match against James Wilson. He's lost the previous 4.
81.
Once again, it took Wilson 15 darts in this leg to hit a treble, just like it did in the previous leg, and that will not do.
83.
Yeah, that is a bit of a disaster. Now he has to find
121.
another treble, which he did, but 139 is a tricky finish, and it's one that he might not even get a go at, because Mitchell wants to finish in style.
120.
Treble 19, the first port of call, he finds it. Treble 14, oh, it's gone.
117.
Well, I could only assume there's been a miscount there. 57 tops would have been 137.
Game
He's
shot.
not going to
and match.
realise what he's done, I don't think, James Wilson, because Scott Mitchell has put him to bed. Well, he has realised what he's done. A bit of a brain freeze from James Wilson, but Scotty Dog Mitchell has beaten him for the first time in his career, and for the first time in his fairly new PDC career. He's through to the second round of a Pro Tour event. We'll be back in a few moments' time as Dimitri van den Bergh takes on Lisa Ashton.